Hey, my name is JCB, and I really liked last year's Kingdom line. It was one of the most fun and clever lines that we've gotten in a while, and obviously I really loved the Beast Wars figures and the new representations of classic characters that we got. However, I feel like the best thing that Kingdom did for me was help me get into classic Beast Wars. And among some of the first classic Beast Wars figures that I really wanted was Snapper, the basic little turtle figure. So one day I asked on Facebook Marketplace, I said, hey, does anyone have a Snapper? And lo and behold, someone did. It was in good condition, but it was kind of expensive for what is basically a Legends figure. So I thought, well, just put anything else in, round up the price, but give it a better value in my eyes. And lo and behold, the figure I ended up buying alongside Snapper is probably one of the most underrated and really cool deluxes of Beast Wars. It's Bonecrusher. So looking at the robot mode here, and this is a pretty good, pretty sweet design in my opinion. He's a real beefcake, a real hard-ass, tough guy. I don't know, if you need like a real beefcake, as I said, for your Maximals, this guy just fits right in. He's so cool looking. That's definitely accentuated by the kibble, these kibble chunks here, and these weird extending kibble bits. I don't get these. And like, you're supposed to extend them because they have painted detail on the inside. That's red paint, no less. He also has some here, which is really gross. But I've never understood these. Does anyone get this? I don't. But yeah, no, he's just really tough. He's real beefy. He's got big biceps. He's got bulging biceps, and his chest. Oh, I like the chest. I like the whole torso with these sort of folded up side panels with the legs that have these little bits, little pokey bits here to line up with his waist. Just, it makes him flow really naturally. It's really well thought out. And of course, these parts here cover the gorgeous buffalo head that, man, it just drags your attention right to it. I feel like it's got more energy and personality than the actual head does, but we'll get to the head. We'll get to the head. Yeah, the only thing I don't really dig about the design is the hands. Why has he got open palms? Okay, first of all, why no Transformer ever gets open palms unless they have, those kinds of fingers? Why would you give it to the character who's clearly designed to be like a bodyguard or like a, beefy tough guy? Why would you give him open palms? Is it because he's so strong he just like slaps people? Just bang. You get like wasp in there, just boom. Maybe that's what it's for. But you're not here to talk about hands, are you? You're not here to talk about normal robot stuff, the nice mechanical detail, the weird cum plastic. No. You're here to talk about Bonecrusher's head. Why he look like that? what was the design choice here? Let's run through. First of all, you've got the horns. I love when Beast Wars figures have horns that sort of transfer between beast modes. Noctoro, I really like Noctoro. I don't have it. I don't like the look of Noctoro. It doesn't look like a great figure, but I really like how the horns are from the beast mode. The horns on the robot head are from the beast mode, and Bonecrusher does that here too, and it looks really cool. It looks really good. I wish I could say the same about the rest of the head. He has a screaming void for a mouth. He's going Super Saiyan, all of this black, that's going to turn gold one day. I'm just going to turn around and he's going to be shivering with light. And you know what? That's not even the weirdest thing about this head. This is the world's longest ponytail, or well, buffalo tail, I should say. But, well, like, it's for the gimmick, which I'll show you later, because it's great. But why? And, oh man, right. We've got to talk about something important. If you notice the color of the horns, and that they're metallic. And I just pop his head down and there's more of that. That, my friends, is gold plastic. Now, for the uninitiated, we've got a midway facial segment. What is the relevance of this part being gold plastic? Well, as I mentioned in the intro, Bonecrusher is a classic Beast Wars figure. He was released in the mid to late 90s. I don't know when. I think he's a year 2 Beast Wars figure because he doesn't have the mutant mask thing. Well, he pretends not to, but that is clearly a mutant mask. He just can't take it off. But the relevancy of this being gold plastic on a classic Beast Wars figure is gold plastic syndrome. In the late 80s, right up until the last case of it was Combiner Wars G2 Menasor, Hasbro would utilize a swirly mixture of plastic that would create this metallic effect, most notably for colors like gold and bronze. However, people quickly started to realize that this type of plastic was not strong. In fact, it was so not strong, whatever way it was mixed, whatever way it was designed, it would force itself apart over time. The polymers would tear themselves apart over time. And for some figures, it was easier to deal with than others. Some figures are actual ticking time bombs. G1 Black Zarek, as an example. Gold plastic feet. If he stands on them for too long, he will lose his feet completely. Myself, I've only had one figure properly afflicted with gold plastic, and that was the Silverbolt from my Magna Boss. I dropped him one day, which, yes, completely my fault, but I dropped him one day, and the entire top half of the bird section flew off and exploded. So that was fun, and I'm really scared. I haven't actually seen any cases of Bonecrusher, and he hasn't come up in any of my research about gold plastic, but I am really worried about this. If you're a more modern collector, gold plastic is like clear plastic, but even worse. Because at least with clear plastic, it's just fragile. No. This figures with the bad gold plastic will not last. Thankfully, it doesn't extend down to the feet. These are just painted. But the head assembly is gold plastic, and that's pretty bad, especially when I show you the gimmick. So if you do decide to pick this figure up, which I do recommend, I still recommend him. He's been okay on my end. Be careful, because he might not last. So after that little tangent, let's move on to the figure's posability. The head does not move, kind of. He has ball joints and hinges at the shoulders, so you can get that sort of over-the-top effect of figures like Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. But also that means he gets pretty high, pretty high up. He has 2 elbow bends, although one is a ball joint. So he's got really good range at the arms. He has a waist swivel, which is always very nice. Ball jointed hips that are fairly good. They're pretty good. They pretty much go out all the way. Hinge joint at the knee that goes really far, and at the foot you've got some up and down. And the beast legs here are supposed to fold up completely, but he struggles to stand if you do that. So I would just fold them out, use them as heel supports, give him that sort of, fold these down and give him that sort of Macrossy vibe with the pointed toes and stuff. So yeah, it's if it weren't for the immovable head, this would be pretty great posability, even by modern standards. Maybe not the best of Beast Wars Deluxe posability. Cheetor looks pretty good, but yeah, still pretty not bad. So, this gimmick, what is it? What do I keep ranting and raving on about? Why does his head look like this, and why does he have a screaming void for a mouth? Well, it's simple, really. You give his tail a little tug, and yeah, pretty fun stuff. He is supposed to have a missile in there, and that's why he looks like that, but I don't know. I have a lot of fun just doing that. But I did, do a whole thing about the gold plastic, so yes, do be careful. It could be, I mean, you can't see it. It could be fragile. But yeah, great gimmick. Super fun. So this transformation is pretty simple. There isn't really much to talk about or say. It's very much the kibble show, but you know what? It's not bad. It feels good. It feels fun. Everything clicks together and comes together in a nice, satisfying way. Yeah, it's not bad at all. And this beast mode, the first beast mode I've reviewed, is just super nice. It's very Beast Wars in the sense that it's basically a brick. It doesn't really do anything. But you know what? Who cares? He is just a buffalo man, and he is here to glare at you from across the room. It looked great. It's a very nice looking brick. It's got great fur textures and nice silver paint at the top. Nice silver paint on the face as well, along with, nice striking red eyes and a little mouth and a snout and everything. It's got little hooves. That's adorable. They can move up and down. The back legs can do that. I'd hesitate to call that posability. You can still kind of do the thing as well. You just gotta lift it up. But I hesitate to call that a headbutt gimmick, more as just a cannon face launcher. I'm very glad that actual buffaloes can't do that. I suppose I don't really like the kibble. You've still got that weird cum plastic here at the back. But other than that, yeah, no. It's great. It's a great little beast mode. It does exactly what it needs to do. So let's talk about the robot as a whole. And here we come to my final thoughts. So how is Bonecrusher? He is superb. I love Bonecrusher. I think he's fun. I think he's nice and chunky. I think he's thick. He just feels good to hold. He is a great toy. I wouldn't pay like an obscene amount for him. But if you can find him for a good price, I would absolutely go ahead, pick this guy up. He's great for just filling out your maximal shelf. Maybe you don't need another Optimus Primal or another Dinobot. Maybe you want a big, stupid buffalo. Also, there's just not many herbivores in the Beast Wars lineup. There's like this guy, Ramulus, Rhinox, Noctoro? Like some of the Fusors? I don't know. Do you count the Fusors? I don't really. I love the Fusors, but they're weird. So this guy is great for just having a passive little animal in your lineup. He's good for having a little beefcake in your lineup. He's good for having just a daft gimmick in your lineup. He's just good. He'll fit in. I think you should get him, and I'll see you later.